Alright, we are back and we're going to do some more NASCAR Heat 4 today. Got a little something different for you. I'm going to do a Michigan race and we're going to turn down the difficulty to 100 because on 105 I'm not doing so hot. I finished exactly 27th. So I'm going to turn it down to 100 and see how well I do. I thought I'd do better, but I guess not. So you can see my options there. That's where we are at this moment. Skill level, normal, more stable, normal on the starting spread, infrequent mechanical failures. Hopefully that will help with cutting down on the green-white checker. We'll see. And yes, what you see there is a custom paint scheme. Since I'm on the PC, I have figured out a way to import my own custom paint scheme into the PC version. I don't believe you can do that on the console version because I don't have it on the console. I haven't tried. And maybe someone out there knows how, but I know how to do it on the PC version of the game. So, we'll see what that looks like. I haven't gotten it to work with my own custom driver. I haven't been able to choose his paint scheme. Now this was Jamie McMurray's car and I just overlaid my paint scheme on top of his car, but I can't seem to find my custom files in the files to overlay it on my own paint scheme, so I had to use his instead. So we'll go out and qualify, see how well we do. Still having trouble with the steering. It just feels disconnected from the road and I can't get a handle on it. Hopefully, like I said before, a patch will come out and help with that. I just can't get the feeling of it. On one setting it feels okay. It still feels kind of sloppy. It doesn't give you the information that you need, but if you turn it up higher, then it just feels like fake force feedback, like it was just shoved in the wheel, and it doesn't feel organic. So like right there, I wasn't getting any feeling from the force feedback to tell me that the wheel was tight. It felt the same, or there was a lot of play. There wasn't a whole lot of tightness in the wheel. So that's something hopefully they can address. And also on the tires, I'm still playing around with the tires. I really think if you're going to want to make this your own game and make it competitive at every track, you're going to have to go through every track and set up your settings differently for every track. So at some tracks, you'll be able to run 105% and get a top 5 or a top 10. At other tracks, you might need to turn it down to 95 or 100 to get a top 10. So I think it's going to depend on the type of track that you're at. Because like I said, I ran this at 105%. I couldn't get past 27th place, which is good. I mean, it means the AI is competitive. But then I turned it down 5%. And it was around 12th place. But that was in another race I did. We'll see where I get up to in this race. But overall, at 105 at Michigan, I'm pretty much in the back. But at 100, which isn't a whole lot of percentage less, I'm around 10th to 15th place speed. So and that's just my results. I'm sure there are people out there who put it at 105 at Michigan and blow the field away, but I guess I'm not that talented. See, like right there, I went to the high side, and I knew the wall was coming, so I moved the wheel back to the left, but it didn't register. So it just went on up into the wall. It's like there's just no grip between the tires and the track. I know what they were trying to do with having the tires fall off and things like that, but I think that bleeds over into the whole game. and it can make it unrealistic at times.
Stay on the bottom here.
But I still like the fact that they put that in where the tires fall off and you actually feel it. But I think it can be overdone at times. Now I have it on normal tire wear fall off for me. Maybe I'll try it on less and see if over a full run I don't lose quite as much grip on the racetrack. Because I don't think the AI are losing that much grip. Because I'll watch them 15 laps into a run and they don't appear to be losing as much grip as I do. And that could be per track. If you want it to, you know, if you want to create a season and make it really competitive at every track, you might have to set up an Excel sheet or write it down on paper and really figure out your settings for each track. If you want to finish in the top 5 or top 10 at every track, you're going to have different settings at every track. You're not going to be able to set it for Michigan and run those same settings at Watkins Glen or Dover. It's going to be on a per track basis. But be wary of that, because as soon as you set all that stuff up and you've spent time at every track figuring out the exact numbers that you need to make it competitive, then they come out with a patch which could break all that. I don't know. I hope they come out with a patch to help some of the concerns in the game, but that's what happens with Madden. You fix up your sliders, get them ready, and then they come out with a patch, and you got to redo them all. So, but I'm willing to do it if they come out with a patch and make it better. I mean, it's really good. I enjoy the game. There's just some things I'd like to see cleaned up to take it to that next level. I know it's an arcade racer, but force feedback is one of the top things that you need in any type of racing game.
You got room, you're clear.
And if you feel disconnected from the road, you're just not going to have the success that you would like. You're not going to feel as confident in the car. So I'll be quiet for a minute, let you guys listen to the engine sounds, and I'll be right back. Alright, so see, we're in 13th right now. We're running pretty decently. Like I said, I've run this race before on 105 difficulty, and I couldn't get up past 27th or 25th place. So the AI is a decent bit slower. I'd probably say a couple tenths per lap if you turn it from 105 down to 100, but that's just at this track. There could be other tracks I go to at 105 and I beat the field. And this is all on default setups. I haven't changed anything with the setup except at the top right corner where it says tight and loose. I have it 2 clicks from all the way on the loose side. So I'm 2 clicks down from all the way loose. And this track is a little bit longer too, so if you have this on 13% race, like I do, actually, I think I'm going to have to make a green flag pit stop. But at other tracks like Auto Club, 13%, you could probably run the whole race without making a pit stop, a green flag stop.
Still there? You're clear.
See how it's kind of floaty right there? I can't get the wheel to line up with the. You can't get the wheel to figure out what the car is doing. It's like they're not syncing with each other. I mean, of course, when I turn the wheel, it turns, but there's just not the feel and the force feedback that I would like to tell me what the car needs or what it's doing. It feels artificial. It doesn't feel like a Assetto Corsa or iRacing, which I know it's not iRacing, but the force feedback can be tweaked. They can tweak it a little bit, make it better. But I think they've done a heck of a job with a console NASCAR game. Oh yeah, this is 10 times better than NASCAR Heat 3. I think they did a really good job. But that's what happens. You have higher expectations, you do a better job, people start expecting more. Like Matt DiBenedetto. Now he's going to be racing with the Wood Brothers, and everybody's already talking about him winning the Daytona 500. And how many races he's going to win next year. You get that lucky break, you do a little bit better, you get some more publicity, and now you're supposed to finish in the top 10 in points. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work that way. And from what I understand, they have the license for this for another 9 or 10 years. And this is right now the only product that 704 makes, as far as I know. So they have a whole year, well, they have 9 months to spend massaging. Whoa, see how I got loose right there? It's like all of a sudden lap 10, but then on lap 11 there's not as much of a gradual tire fall off. On lap 10 it's here, and on lap 11 it's gone way down. And when you get loose like that, there's not really that much. The wheel doesn't get tight to tell you that something's going on. You know, so I don't know. The same as right there. I used to, before I started using force feedback, I could look at the screen and I could tell when it was getting loose or tight. But I've been using force feedback for so long now that it's hard for me to just look at the screen and instantly tell when it's loose. I need that force feedback to let me know. So let's see, we got 8 laps of fuel left. Okay. I see my right rear tire is at 48%. So it should lose some grip, but see right there? I just feel like it's losing too much grip at that point. And the other driver, I think I have the settings on normal for their tire wear fall off too. I just don't see them having the losing grip feeling that I do.
Careful, still there. Stay high up here. Inside.
But some of that's on me too. Like I'm learning. I'm coming from NASCAR Racing 2003 and iRacing, and I'm learning, seeing those titles when you're coming out, you can give it a little more gas, you can modulate the throttle. It's a little different in this title when you're coming out of the turns. You really have to baby it, which is nice. I like that. And you pretty much have to baby it until the car is straight again, and then you can go.
Still there.
But me, I'm more of a stab the throttle type person. I let off. Like, I'll give you an example coming up in this corner. If these whoa! See, it's just so loose. But I'm learning how to work with it. So I'll come into this corner, and I'll lift early. So back up my corner. And then I'll just mat it when I feel like I'm going to have enough grip and not hit the outside wall. I'll mat it. But I have to kind of unlearn that with this title, because you can't just do that. You really have to baby that throttle until you're pretty much back up on the straightaway. You see, I'll off the gas, and I'll slowly get back on the gas, and usually I'll mat it. But so you can't mat it here, because if you mat it, you're going to do that. So you have to really baby it, and I do enjoy that. It brings a different aspect to it, a different skill set. But I do enjoy having the custom paint scheme. Hopefully I can figure out how to add that to my driver, and when I start my career, that's the paint scheme I'll have. But I haven't figured that one out yet. But I don't think 704 is going to have any, oh, see? Loose. Man, this is not good. I don't think they're going to have to worry about a bunch of people creating paint schemes and importing them and doing all that, because they have paint schemes that are DLC that people buy, and they're really well done. Obviously, this is the paint scheme I like to run. I created it many years ago, and I wanted to have it in the game. But I don't see that 704 is going to start sounding alarm bells because, you know, you can put a custom paint scheme in the game that you haven't bought. And obviously, I'm not creating paint schemes for people and selling them and doing all that stuff, so I'm not... I just did it for my own offline experience, and hopefully it doesn't break anything in the game.
We've got to be hurt, not fuel. Bring it down pit lane.
So if anybody out there is thinking of doing that, just know that when you mess with stuff, when you mess with those files under the hood, you're taking the chance of breaking your game. So be careful and learn about it first before you do it. Let's come in the pits. Let's do a green flag stop. Disco, this is for you, buddy. He always likes to see the green flag pit stops.
Slow down. All right, we need fuel. Let's pit now.
Now, I messed up right there and got on the inside of McDowell, and it's going to screw me up here. You need to stay on the outside lane. And I'll show you why right now. See that car pull out, and I had to... Well, I didn't stop. The game stopped the car. I'm not controlling it right now. But I do love the pit sequence. It's really cool. Look how awesome that looks. Let's get back out there. Go, go, go.
Clear of the pits, hammer down.
Hammer down. It's a... I shouldn't be using this view as much, because now when I go into cockpit view, it feels like it's 10 times slower, because you don't get that sense of speed because you're not looking at the roadway. When I'm in cockpit view now, uh-oh, caution. I'm not pitting. When I'm in cockpit view now, you don't get that sense of speed that you do from this camera, so it feels like you're going way slower. Alright, we're 21st. NASCAR overtime. It looks like the infrequent mechanical failures might not have helped that time, because there was still a green-white checker.
2 to go, driver. Still there?
2 laps to go. Let's see what happens.
Top 3, use it if you need it.
I'm still really loose. I didn't change tires, of course. I don't think anybody changed tires.
Still there. All clear.
Oh! There's a wall there.
All clear.
See, I'm just wondering, they're on the same tires I am. Why am I so loose and
Alright, let's go.
they don't seem to be?
You got room, you're clear there.
That's probably my driving style. I don't know. See, if I let off quite a bit there and I baby it,
Stay on the bottom here.
and then I throttle, then I don't get so loose. I just need to learn that that's the way the game wants you to do it. Because I'm not used to doing it that way.
Still there.
Yeah, it's... Sorry. Oh, there went my paint scheme. It got all destroyed. Oh, well. Oh, well. At least I know the tires wear out.
Alright, that's okay. We can't win them all.
No, we can't win them all, and that's that race. And sometimes you get the win, and sometimes you get the ball. So... But that's pretty much it for today. Come back and see me. I'll do another race, and we'll kind of go from there. So thank you, and have a good day.